Alright guys, on caution now, lap 95 at 200. Sorry for no commentary tonight, everybody. I am just very sick tonight. JD had a funeral he had to go to, and that left just me. Tough night for Ryan Lowe, been looking great, but all of a sudden, lost the rear end right in front of Christian Challoner. Christian lucky to escape serious damage. But that is going to be the pit stop that everybody needs. Let's go live here and see as I was back in replay mode. Still lots of beat up cars. Where did that one come from? Number 3 machine, that was began with a B. Blake Reynolds. Let's go see if we can find out what happened to Blake Reynolds while we're on replay. He looked good going into the yellow flag. We've already seen one mistake on caution here tonight that put a car into the wall. Oop, there it is. Just got going under caution. The traffic slowed down in front of him. Not enough time to react, right into the rear end of another vehicle. How many times have we seen that happen? Not too many, really, up here in the top split, but accidents do happen. So after pit stops here on lap 96, Alan Bowes is in the number 1 spot. That's the number 18 of Tyler McClintock that's going to be taking a wave around. I might just put Tyler back on the lead lap. Alright, so Alan Bowes, after following Zach Novak and Jarl Teen most of the night, now finds himself out on the pole. Alan has led 2 laps here today. Jarl Teen on the outside, Nicholas Shelton down on the inside row 2 with Zach Novak out on the outside. These 4 have just been racing very hard at it tonight. These 4 have been up in the front row that whole last run, and boy, has it been a close race. Bobby Zielinski back in 5th. That's about where he's been all night. Adam Benefiel, Ethan Lane have been hard at it trying to keep up with these top 4 cars. Ethan's been up at the front a lot here tonight as well. Green flag is out. Alan Bowes. Great start from Alan. Jarl Teen is going to get down, and in second place, Nicholas Shelton in 3rd, and Zach Novak in 4th. Zach now with some fresh tires and full of gas. Should see some more from Zach. Looks like Zach's long run car not quite as good as a short run car, so I say that just as he just continues to go backward here. We've got Bobby Zielinski and Ethan Lane working to get around, and Adam Benefiel right there as well. Adam not going to make it around yet, but yep, there it is. Zach Novak finally gets down low, closes the door on Adam Benefiel, and that's going to move Zach Novak down to 6th. So Zach looked like he had a tough car early on, had led a lot of laps, 33 of them to be exact, and then just all of a sudden let the guys go by and ran in 4th place for a while until he even slipped off from there. Now he's got some fresh tires, just struggling to get back into the groove of things. Let's see how things are going on up front with Alan Bowes in the number 11 machine. Alan's starting to pull away from Jarl Teen for about half a second. And then Jarl under some pressure from Nicholas Shelton. Nicholas Shelton is one of those drivers that whenever he's on, and whenever he's not, he's not. And tonight he's definitely on, and he's been running a very good race here at Dover. Running up here with the best of them tonight and doing quite well. Bobby Zielinski, the same goes for Bobby. He is a driver that is very good whenever he's good. And he's up here running in the top 4 at Dover. Got Ethan Lane. Ethan has only run here in the broadcast split just a handful of times, but this is one quick kid. He's definitely a driver to keep an eye on as well. And of course, Adam Benefiel back in 6th. Adam is a very consistent driver. So tonight is one of those races where the best has risen to the top, and that's what we're seeing here tonight. Alan Bowes in 1st, Jarl Teen in 2nd, Nicholas Shelton in 3rd, Bobby Zielinski in 4th, Ethan Lane. Boy, did I screw that all up. Ethan Lane now in 4th, Bobby Zielinski in 5th, and Adam Benefiel in 6th. Brian Schoenberg racing with us tonight. He's in 7th. Zach Novak now back to 8th, just steadily going backwards for Zach Novak. Maybe made some changes in the pits and might have went the wrong way or something, but definitely not as quick as he was in the last run. Looking in danger of going down one more spot from Derek Bordeaux. Shane Miller up here in the top split tonight. I ain't seen Shane Miller here in the broadcast split for a while, so good to see Shane Miller. Beautiful car and running well here today. He's got Joseph Galata back behind him. Randall Fox back in 12th. Randall has been doing alright tonight. He's been hovering right about that mid-pack. Matt Busa here as well. And it looks like we got a couple of the Gale Force Racing guys in the race here tonight. Good to see Matt Busa giving it a shot here on a Wednesday night. And of course, Ryan Lowe is one of the drivers that has been up front tonight. Pretty steady, but a spin that brought out the last caution has done a lot of damage to that machine and put him back in the 15th spot. With 90 laps to go, still one more caution, or one more pit stop rather, if they stay under green. Be curious to see if Ryan is able to get some of that damage repaired. Maybe we'll see a couple cautions that will allow him to get some repairs done. Let's see if we can see Ryan back up at the front of the field. Christian Chalner was the other vehicle that was involved. Through no fault of his own, just some bad luck and just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ryan Lowe come down right in front of him. Caused a little damage to the front of the machine. Looked like he got through it okay, but on second look, you can really see a lot of damage to the front of that machine, and it's really had an impact on Christian's speed. So let's get back up to the front and take a look at the race here between these top 4, 5, 6 cars that have been racing so close in that last run. Alan Bowes has pulled away by almost a full second over Jarl Teen, and then Nicholas Shelton is 0.7 seconds back from Jarl. So these guys, where at last run they were neck and neck for almost the entire run, this time here they're really getting split apart pretty good. Ethan Lane back in 4th. He's about half a second from Nicholas Shelton. But he's got Bobby Zielinski within zero point 0.3 seconds from him, so we could definitely see a battle for fourth spot. And then Bobby Zielinski is under pressure from Adam Benefiel and Brian Schoenberg. Those guys getting right up on Bobby now. So we definitely got a race back here for fifth. Zach Novak still hanging with those guys. Zach in eighth. No, this microphone's not very good. I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay. This microphone always sounds like I'm talking into a tin can. And on top of me being just really sick here today, probably is not helping things. Dover always makes for some great racing. I don't know what it is, if it's the egg shape of the track that keeps the drivers kind of on their toes or what, but always makes for some great racing. Little position change there. Brian Schoenberg around Adam Benefiel. Zach Novak trying to take advantage of that as well, not able to do so. Adam shut the door and now starting to pull away a little bit from Zach. Zach under pressure now from Derek Bordeaux. And Shane Miller in the fight as well. Shane up into the top 10. Alright, Alan Bowes was nearly a full second ahead of Yarltine last we spoke of him. That gap now down to 0.3 seconds. So Jarl on the move to catch the leader Alan Bowes. That gap now down to 0.2. We're going to have a battle here for the lead before too long. I say that now, Alan Bowes has pulled back away from Yarltine. Must have just been the slow traffic that slowed Adam down, or Alan down rather, just a little bit. Now that he's through the slow traffic, he's back on the move and pulling away from Yarltine. Yarltine in second place still does hold on to the most laps led. Jarl's led 41 laps here today. Alan Bowes has now led 29. Ethan Lane's led 20. And Zach Novak's led 33. Still a pretty good gap separating the top four. Where it had been so close last run, now is pretty significantly gapped. Biggest race starts back here for fifth. Bobby Zielinski under pressure from the number one machine of Brian Schoenberg. Brian on the move forward since this last caution has made several gains and looking to get one more from Bobby Zielinski. Since the update, I'm seeing a lot more of the little rubber pieces that are coming off the tires, bouncing off the camera of the car. Looks pretty cool. I wish that I could see the rubber on the track though, up high in the corners. So this race is winding down a little bit. Getting close to the 70 laps to go mark. Alan Bowes in the #1 spot. Jarl Teen in second. Nicholas Shelton, who's just been doing a great job here tonight, in third. Ethan Lane in fourth. Bobby Zielinski fifth. Brian Schoenberg in sixth. Adam Benefield seventh. Zach Novak holding on to that 8th spot, but he has definitely got some serious pressure from Derek Bordeaux and the 22 of Shane Miller right behind him. That is going to round out the top 10. In 11th, Gale Force Racing's Matt Busa. I haven't seen Matt too many times here in the NASCAR iRacing Series Wednesday night show, but anytime we do see him, he does pretty good. He's got teammate Joseph Galata back behind him, and then Ryan Lowe has made it up into 13th, even with a pretty significantly damaged car. So keep an eye on Ryan Lowe as he makes his way through the field. That's going to move Ryan Lowe up into 12th, which is a very good position considering the damage to the car. Samuel Harris in 14th. Keegan Leahy in 15th. Randall Fox with a loose machine there. He's going to be in 16th. John Batista in 17th. Todd Guerin not having too good luck here today. He's down in 18th. Thomas Axum, second week in a row we've seen him here in the top split. So a good job to Thomas Axum coming up through the ranks. Christian Challoner in 20th after that contact with Ryan Lowe early on. Well, earlier. Dylan Jones is the first of the lap down cars. In the 21st position, he's got Jeremy Davis in 22nd. Good to see Jeremy Davis back up here in the top split. Last week we had a lot of the Peak Antifreeze guys join the top split here and run with us, and Jeremy was one of the drivers that got sent down into the second split. So good to see Jeremy back up here racing with the big boys. Alright, so Jarl Teen starting to run that gap in just a little bit. He's got it down a couple tenths. Starting to get into the final stages of this run. Have to see who's got the best long run car of these front runners. So far, Nicholas Shelton doing a great job to reel in the 7/10 gap that was between he and Jarl Teen. He's got that gap down to 0.2 seconds. So there is a chance that we could see a battle for the top positions here if everybody keeps reeling in the car in front of them. Now, Nicholas Shelton is pretty safe. He's got 2.2 seconds back to Ethan Lane. Now, Ethan is under pressure from Bobby Zielinski. And then, of course, the #1 of Brian Schoenberg and Adam Benefield still back there as well. Bobby Zielinski going to go to the inside of the number 20 machine. Ethan Lane on the outside. Bobby Zielinski on the inside. Looks like Bobby might have it done. Brian Schoenberg is going to go down as well. Going to try and take advantage, as well as the number 16 of Adam Benefield. So Adam Benefield not able to be successful in getting around Ethan Lane. Brian Schoenberg did though, and so did Bobby Zielinski. Let's check on Nicholas Shelton, see how he's doing with Geraldine. He has reeled that gap in to, well, nothing, as he is right on the bumper of the number 4 machine. That has slowed down the number 4 machine of Geraldine. That gap has extended to 0.7 seconds between Geraldine and Alan Bowes. Whoa! Where did he come from? That was Matt Busa. Just kind of came out of nowhere right in front of Nicholas Shelton. Nicholas, can't click on him obviously, down in for a green flag stop. So green flag stops underway. Leader down, as well as Brian Schoenberg. Shane Miller as well. So while the green flag stops are happening, Zach Novak out into the number 1 spot, followed by Ryan Lowe and Joseph Galata in 3rd for the time being. Looks like some great gains from Derek Bordeaux as he finds himself right behind Alan Bowes. Bobby Zielinski ahead of Alan, and Nicholas Shelton ahead of him as well. Looks like Matt Busa might just be your lead car once pit stops are done and over with. Dylan Jones is your first of the cars that are a lap down. But I don't think he has pit. Nicholas Shelton now around Matt Busa. That's going to move Nicholas Shelton into what I believe to be the effective lead. Ryan Lowe, Zach Novak, and Todd Guerin still left to pit. Imagine we'll see these guys come down pit road anytime. Just over 40 laps to go here at Dover. Green flag stops are underway and mostly completed. Just a few drivers left to complete their green flag pit stop. Ryan Lowe, Zach Novak, and Todd Guerin. Those are the drivers that are in first, second, and third place for the moment. Of the drivers who have pitted, Nicholas Shelton is in front. Bobby Zielinski now ahead of Matt Busa. And of course, Matt Busa and Alan Bowes. Jarl Taheen would be in fifth, effectively. See the 16 of Adam Benefiel and Ethan Lane getting their lap back. That's got the top 12 drivers back on the lead lap, as Ryan Lowe and Zach Novak have not yet pitted for their final pit stop. Nicholas Shelton 7 seconds behind Zach Novak. Bobby Zielinski 2 seconds back from Nicholas Shelton. Then Bobby is going to be under pressure soon from Alan Bowes. Jarl Taheen just a second, well, an entire second rather, back from Alan Bowes. That's about 10 car lengths here at Dover. And Derek Bordeaux about another 8 to 10 car lengths back from Garlteen, and then Matt Busa about half a second back from Derek. So the field has gotten pretty split up here due to the green flag stops. Closest battle is Alan Bowes and Bobby Zielinski. Alan Bowes being shown in the 5th position, Bobby Zielinski up in 4th. Now there might have been a chance Ryan Lowe and Zach Novak pitted without me seeing, but I just can't imagine that being the case as far off pace as they are from the other guys. So I'm going to assume that we will be seeing Ryan Lowe and Zach Novak pitting pretty soon. Or will they allow themselves enough laps to get up through the field once their pit stop's complete and they end up with that fast car from having fresh tires when everyone else is wore out? I don't know. Only 30 laps to go. Now we see Zach Novak coming down pit lane. Ryan Lowe still holding on to that number 1 spot, but he's just got 3.5 seconds over Nicholas Shelton. Nicholas Shelton with a 1.5 second gap back to Alan Bowes. And then Bobby Zielinski now 0.2 seconds from Alan Bowes. He is effectively battling for that position. Or I guess that was just the opposite. I just forgot what we was watching earlier. That was Alan Bowes who actually had reeled in Bobby Zielinski from a 0.4 gap and now has passed Bobby and has gotten that gap up to 0.3 seconds. As we see Zach Novak coming back onto the field behind those guys. Ryan Lowe into the pit lane. 2 of the 4 tires on. Getting the other 2, and then he'll be back out there. That is going to move Nicholas Shelton up into the lead. Alan Bowes in 2nd. Bobby Zielinski in 3rd. Garlteen back to 4th. Although Garlteen is catching Bobby Zielinski and seems to be catching him pretty quickly. Jarl has been one of the faster cars here today. 42 laps led from Garlteen. 51 laps led for Alan Bowes, who finds himself in 2nd place, about 2 seconds from the leader Nicholas Shelton. Zach Novak has now got his lap back from his pit stop. Finds himself in 16th spot now. He's got 23 laps to get as many positions as he can. Ryan Lowe in the same position has made his way around the leader, but that only gets him one of the laps back. He is still down one lap. So the battle right now is for third place. Bobby Zalenski holds it, Jarl wants it. Bobby Zalenski doing a great job holding off the number 4 machine. Less than 20 laps to go here at Dover Raceway. The leader, Nicholas Shelton, has done nothing but increase the gap between he and second place Alan Bowes. That gap now up over 2 seconds. Bobby Zalenski in third. Still falling back from Alan Bowes. And now under pressure from the number 4 machine of Jarl 15 car you see there, that is Dylan Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is Dylan Jones. Dylan is 3 laps down, just got back from a pit stop, so that's why his car is so much faster. Taking a late race pit stop there. Adam Benefield making his way around Matt Busa. That's going to move Adam back up into 7th. Ethan Lane back in 9th. We'll be looking to catch up to Matt Busa as well. Ethan dealing with lap traffic of Todd Guerin in the 13 machine. Jarl has gotten around the number 10 of Bobby Zalenski. Bobby trying not to let him go. Going to try to stick with Jarl the very best he can. If nothing else, then hopefully the two can reel in Alan Bowes up in the 2nd place. In many cases, 2 cars are faster than 1 here in the NASCAR iRacing Series. Probably not so much here at Dover though, but to an extent it can still be true. If they're not really battling each other hard enough to slow each other down, if they're trying to reel in the driver ahead, they could definitely make themselves faster. Jarl now 0.7 seconds from 2nd place driver of Alan Bowes. Nicholas Shelton, the driver in the lead, has extended his lead another second to 3.1 seconds. Jarl is catching the 2nd place car of Alan Bowes pretty quickly. With 10 laps to go, he's got the gap down to 0.3 seconds. So Jarl on fire here late in the race. Makes his way around Bobby Zalenski and then just turns on the rockets or something as he is just running down Jarl very quickly. Running down Alan Bowes very quickly. Not sure if that's what I said or not, but that's who he's running down. Alan Bowes in the number 11 machine. There it is, side by side, nearly touching as Yarlteen catches the number 11 machine. I don't think there's much choice that Alan Bowes has but to eventually go down a position. The only choice he has is if he goes down 1 or 2, and Bobby Zielinski getting a nose in there. He's going to be able to take advantage of the situation as well now. Jarl is going to move up into second place. Alan Bowes stuck out just a little high. Going to allow Bobby Zielinski in there. Trying to get side by side. Doesn't do it. Alan Bowes holds on to third place. Great driving from Alan Bowes. 6 laps to go now. Your leader, Nicholas Shelton, has extended that lead another second and a half from whenever we last talked about him. His lead is now up to 4.7 seconds ahead of second place, Yarlteen. Alan Bowes back in third, now under pressure from Bobby Zielinski in fourth. 13 car that you see there back behind those guys. 2 laps down, Todd Guerin in the number 13 machine. Let's check on Zach Novak, who we were watching earlier, as he and Ryan Lowe kind of on an alternate strategy as they ran well into that last run before pitting for their final pit stop. Zach Novak in 15th, Ryan Lowe in 16th. Still 1 lap down as they make their way around 7th place, Derek Bordeaux. And now around the number 16 machine of Adam Benefiel in 6th. With 3 laps to go, your leader, Nicholas Shelton, 4.8 seconds ahead of second place, Yarlteen. Jarl has extended his second place position over now Bobby Zielinski, as Bobby's trying to get around Alan Bowes again. But that gap, 1.9 seconds from Yarlteen back to that battle there. Alan Bowes drifting around the corner, just able to hold on to that car enough, but boy, it cost him a lot of time. Bobby Zielinski able to get around. The number 22 of Shane Miller back in 5th, half a second back from Alan Bowes. So in the late stages of this race, we're on the last lap. The car falling away a little bit from Alan Bowes. Nicholas Shelton has taken the checkered flag. Yarlteen in 2nd. Bobby Zielinski is going to bring it home in 3rd. Alan Bowes 4th. And Shane Miller going to round out the top 5. So Nicholas Shelton's going to be the first driver to advance in the if there was a chase. Of the 3 races, Nicholas Shelton is the only driver to automatically advance with a win. Now, I do have a lot of math to do and all that to find out who the 4 drivers are that will be, uh, I guess you would say, call it eliminated if there was a chase, but there isn't a chase. But if there were, Nicholas Shelton would have just solidified his advancement. So if there was a chase, these are the 16 drivers who had started the chase, or who had made the chase. And after today, there will be 4 drivers that will fall off of this list. I'll do that math over the next week, and whenever we show up next week, I should know a lot better on who has advanced or would have advanced if there was a chase. Let's go through the race results. Nicholas Shelton with a fantastic win, just really showing that he had the car to get it done today. Stayed up in the front the entire race. Yarlteen as well with a very strong car up in front nearly the entire time. Bobby Zielinski with a great race. Alan Bowes with a really fast car just fell off on the long run, and it cost him a couple positions there right at the end. Shane Miller in 5th with a great finish here in the top split. Adam Benefiel in 6th. Derek Bordeaux, we haven't seen a whole lot here on the Wednesday night show, but I think the last time we seen him here, he did good as well, and a 7th place finish for him tonight. Ethan Lane in 8th. I think Ethan really had a little bit better car than 8th position, but that's where he ended up. Matt Busa in 9th. Keegan Leahy with a 10th place finish, which I think was pretty good for Keegan, considering it didn't look like he had too good of a car here today. Samuel Harris in 11th, Joseph Galata 12th, Randall Fox in 13th, Zach Novak made it up another position to 14th, Ryan Lowe in 15th, John Batista in 16th, Thomas Axum 17th, Todd Guerin 18th, Dylan Jones, kind of a rough night here tonight, 19th place finish, Brian Schoenberg in 20th, Jeremy Davis 21st, Robbie Vrabel Jr. 22nd, Austin Yarborough in 23rd, Nick Cooper down to 24th, Christian Challoner all the way down to 25th. He definitely had a great car here today until the last caution did some damage to the car. Tyler McClintock with 26th place finish, James Curl 27th, Blake Reynolds had a much better car than a 28th place car. He definitely had a top 10 car. A mistake after the caution flag came out cost Blake his race, 107 laps down. Patrick Millay, 29th. Matt Bontempi, 161 laps down. I didn't realize he had left the race so soon. And that is the race rundown. Turn on TeamSpeak. For some reason, I didn't have it on, I guess because JD wasn't here, and so I was alone, so I didn't even think about it. If you're going to come in for an interview and you seen that I wasn't even here ready for an interview, well, I am here now. But Dover proved to be a great race here today. That was, I was just going to be content sitting back, watching the race, not doing any commentary, but the racing just got too good. And even though I'm struggling with my voice, I was going to try to preserve it and keep what I could. I decided it was just a little boring to watch a race with no commentary. So let's talk with Bobby Zielinski. Bobby had a stellar car here today. We just talked to you last week and had mentioned that you'd been having a little bit of a tough time, and then you come back here and, and have a great race. So congratulations on a fantastic race here today. Finish up in the third position. That's a great job. Oh, I guess I should have said that and pushed the button at the same time. But welcome to the show, Bobby. Great finish.
Yeah, we had a really good day today, Kane, and that was a pretty long run in the race. A little bit tired and really happy with that finish. That was a real fun battle with Bose coming to the finish, and yeah, I didn't really have expectations coming into this week, but I knew I had a good car, so P3s was really awesome.
Yeah, we just talked to you last week and mentioned last week that you'd been having kind of a tough time on these Wednesday night shows, and you said, "Well, I'll get back up there. I'm not too worried about it." And then tonight, come out here and just ran great all night long. And then it seemed like the longer the race went on, the better the car got. And you got up there and struggled a little bit, but managed to get around Alan Bowes for a third place finish. And that's that's really good to be getting around Alan Bowes for a third position. I mean, it was passing Alan Bowes was tough, but I think probably anybody would say that passing Alan Bowes is tough.
Yeah, it was just I had a lot of fun battling him, and he's a really good driver, and you know my goal running the series every week is just to get better and race with the best, and we raced with the best today, and it was just yeah. As the race went on though, I made an adjustment at the very beginning, and it just did not do good at all. So I went back, and then on the next set of tires, every set of tires since then, going back to my normal setup, it just car just seemed like it just got better as the track wore. So we just kept going, and I did adjust my driving a little bit because I was killing my right front, and that really helped for that last green run, and we were able to get home third. I'm really happy with that. I wanted to try to get Jarl, but he was just too strong, and he got by me, and Shelton was gone. So yeah, it was just I had a lot of fun.
Well, Bobby, thanks for coming in and talking with us, and congratulations on a great finish. It was a lot of fun to watch, especially there in the closing laps where you were battling with Alan Bowes. So, yeah, anybody you want to thank before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just wanna shout out Alan Bose for that fun battle, and shout out you for doing the broadcasting. I come from I've been on Iris few years now, but I come from console where we don't get nice things like broadcasts. So I really appreciate the broadcasting that you and everyone else on Iris does. And just shout out to everyone at BBR.
Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate that. And hopefully we'll see you next week.
That's the plan.
Awesome. See you next week, Bobby.
Thank you.
This is Bobby Zielinski, Brian Blackford Racing. Is that right?
Yep, we just got on the team last Friday, so it's really cool to get on a team now.
Yeah, and that's a great team to be on, and several really good drivers on that team. So you're going to learn a lot, and I'll bet we really start seeing some big progress from you. So that's good news. Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
Hi, well, that looks like it's everybody. Bobby Zielinski, the only driver that made it in tonight for a post-race interview, but I guess that was pretty much my fault because I didn't have TeamSpeak on for them to come in and talk with me. But great race nonetheless. Big thanks to all the drivers, especially tonight, man. You guys showed up and had a great race. That was a lot of fun to watch, especially the first 130 laps or so. That was fantastic. Those front four cars. That was a lot of fun. If JD would have been here and I'd have been feeling better, that would have been some intense broadcasting. But it ended up probably going to go down as one of the more boring broadcasts because We didn't even have commentators then. Zach Novak finally showed up, so let's have a word with Zach Novak. Zach, you had a really strong car early on. It slipped off a little bit those last 90 laps or so. And then maybe a little bit of a mistake on strategy, maybe.
Yeah, we started off with really high rubber, it seemed like, laid down on the track, so that's what we had built for. So once it got past, the rubber we started out with, it just kind of got worse and worse throughout the race, and we didn't have any grip off the corner whatsoever. Um, and the car wasn't very good in the long run this week. We tried our best, but there was nothing we could really figure out. So we tried to stretch it and hope for a yellow, and it just didn't happen. So we pitted and just got as many spots as we could, and we rebounded to 14th, I think it was.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I called the strategy. Whenever I seen you pit there, I was like, well, now he's just got to get around and just get as many positions as he can get, and started counting them off as you made the positions. Got back around, got a lap back, and got back up to 14th. So, pretty good effort there toward the end. And it'll take home some decent points in 14th, and still a few more races left this week for you to better that.
Yeah, I expected a lot better of a race this week at Dover, but it is what it is. We still had a pretty decent car. Ethan was running up in the top five for a while, so not all of it was bad. It's just the finish wasn't very good, so there's still stuff to look up to.
No, I agree. It was definitely a great race. 39 laps led. Can't complain about that. And that first 100 laps, man, that was some killer racing.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without everybody at Zero Gravity Racing. They try so hard to put together great cars each week. We just didn't really have the best car we could have possibly had, but I know we'll be back strong next week at Charlotte. And thank you to Evolution Visions for the awesome paint scheme and SimTV for being an associate sponsor on the car.
Well, thanks, Zach, for coming in for the post race interview. Sorry I wasn't here sooner for you guys, but I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. Thanks anyway for coming back and coming in to talk with us. Always good to hear from you. Great race tonight, and can't wait for Charlotte next week.
I think you can. Hope you feel better. I saw that you're not feeling too well, so
Thanks. Yeah, really not feeling too good at all, but I still couldn't miss a race, man. Especially here at Dover, I knew it was going to be a good one. But thanks to you guys. Looks like we got Robbie Vrabel Jr. as well with us tonight. So let's talk with Robbie. Robbie, not too good of a race here today. Some pretty bad luck, but overall made it back up to 22nd. So can't really complain with that.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have had no luck tonight, man. Everybody was having, well, I shouldn't say everybody. There's a lot of people that had connection issues, and for the first time ever, I was on that side of it. I don't know what happened. We're all coming down pit road, and I saw Blake sideways. I thought nothing of it. Just go around him, and then I got hit from behind by somebody coming through, and man, I was so tore up. And then I just had no luck after that. Trying to wait for cautions. And we got the car fixed, and then I looped it coming on pit road. It's just bad night, man. You have those every once in a while.
That is very true. Several drivers had one of those tonight, Blake being one of those. It looked like he had some connection issues as well, plus another issue where I'm not sure what happened on that yellow. He ended up just kind of like he didn't see the car stopped ahead or something, or maybe his connection was off. I'm not sure. Didn't get to talk to him about it, but some bad luck for Blake Reynolds today for sure. So looks like you might have caught some of that as well. Um, Charlotte's next week though. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I was looking forward to Charlotte right after I had my issue on pit road. As bad as that sounds, it's a couple weeks in a row now that I've had some bad luck like that, and I was really looking forward to Dover. I've enjoyed this track, and I felt really good in that first run we had. I felt like I had a very competitive car, and I can't thank Shane Miller enough for everything that he did this week. He loves this place, and he has so much fun working on these cars here. And
He had a great piece tonight, man. I think he finished fourth. Adam was also in the top 10. Brian had a top 10 run going before he had issues, and I felt like I was right on pace with Shane. I really feel like I could have finished in the top 10 too. So it's unfortunate, you have these races every once in a while. Congrats to Nick on the win. That's cool to see another Canadian get one. So congrats to him. And again, just want to thank everybody from APC and One Up. I just want to come in here and thank them specifically because with setups this good, man, it really stinks when you finish this low. So I wanted to give them a shout out and give them the credit that they deserve, and especially you for broadcasting this, man. It's awesome to come back and watch these.
Yeah, tonight's not going to be nearly as good. Not feeling too good today. JD had a funeral to go to, so I didn't have him to help me out. So I wasn't going to commentate at all. I had launched the race, and for the first 100 laps or so, I didn't commentate, just did the camera work, and the racing just got too intense, man. They're up at the front. Those top 4 or 5 cars was just having such a great race. I ended up not being able to keep my mouth shut, so the last half of the race will definitely be better than the first half, but it's still not going to be that good. But it'll still be fun to go back and watch.
Yeah, it's always fun to go back and watch regardless, man. I think Bobby said it best. You don't. It's not often you get guys that come in and do this, and it's really nice. A lot of everybody loves it, and yeah, don't feel bad, man. I'm coming out with something too. I spent all racing this one as well, so it happens. We'll get over it.
Yeah, next week both JD and I will be back for Charlotte. Hope to have a good show, good broadcast for you guys next week. Great job to APC, Shane, finishing 4th place, like you said. He was strong all night long. He was definitely one of the cars to watch. We don't get to see Shane very much this season, so I was glad to see Shane come in and run the race here at Dover. Dover just produces some great racing, don't it? I mean, it seems like for being as funny shaped of a track as it is, that it would be a little tougher, maybe wouldn't produce as good of a racing, but every time we come here, the racing is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially from a driver standpoint. I know I've run good here before. I've learned a lot too, and the 22nd place finish doesn't take away from the fun I had. As beat up as I was still having a blast sliding around. This is one of those tracks, man. When you get loose, you really got to get up on it, and if you're gonna save it, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. A lot of guys really enjoy this track.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in car tonight and watching the drivers really have to wheel the car around this thing. And yeah, like you said, everybody was just having to really wheel that thing. And you see lots of guys having to save from slides and stuff just split second, having to yank that wheel back. And on the exterior cam, you can't even hardly see it. You don't even notice that they were just so close to disaster. But whenever you're watching from the in-car cam, just you can see how close they were to disaster, and it really makes it that much more intense.
Yeah, you gotta give the guys that ran tonight a lot of credit too, man. They call this place a self-cleaning racetrack, and it's called that for a reason. And for us to have the field that we did, and the guys that we did, we didn't have very many big wrecks, and that speaks a lot to these guys and just how good they really are.
I agree. Well, thanks for coming in, Robbie, and well, tell the guys at APC I said congrats on a good finish, and we'll see you guys next week at Charlotte.
Thanks a lot, man. You enjoy the rest of your night too, Kane. Take care.
Thanks. That was Robbie Verbal Jr. with Aero Precision Chassis Works, and that's all of them for tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys joining me for a pretty rough race here tonight. Not on track, but broadcast wise. And we'll see you guys next week at Charlotte, where hopefully I'm feeling a little better. And JD will be here to help out as well. And I think that's it. I think we might be broadcasting Friday for the V8 Supercars Americas Series. Took the first couple weeks off, and we should be going live this Friday. So if you're not doing anything, tune in here at V8's Online, and we'll catch up on the V8 Supercars.